it's time to reflect on the fight, or perhaps we should call it the non-fight.
Haye with a left hook, a right hook. Harrison is out on his feet. Harrison has no answer, and the referee pushes Haye away as Harrison goes down.
The Klitschko brothers, that'll be amazing next year. I think that's definitely going to happen. There's no other big heavyweight clash that could generate even remotely any interest compared to a fight with me and either on the Klitschko brothers. I can't wait for it. They'll get the same treatment as Audley Harrison did, though.
So it took just under 8 minutes for David Haye to beat Audley Harrison. Audley just landing with one punch in the whole of those 3 rounds. It was big business, though. We haven't got official figures, but the estimate is that there were around 800,000 pay-per-view subscribers. That would generate around £12 million from Saturday's fight. And it is thought it would have been split so that Haye takes £6 million, Harrison around 1.5 million. Let's talk to the man you heard on that clip, 5 Live's boxing commentator Mike Costello. Evening, Mike.
Hello, Mark.
Let's forget the professional side of what you do. Let's just talk to you as a boxing fan. Were you disappointed?
I was, in a way, because Audley Harrison had made such proud boasts, and I wasn't being naive in expecting something more from him, but I did think that given the chance on the night, and he was given a lucky chance in a sense because he produced a punch in the 12th round of his last fight against Michael Sprott in April to win the European title, that gave him this opportunity that looked like it was a long, long away. In that fight against Michael Sprott, he was just seconds away from certain retirement, and he revived his career. And I also thought that given he knew David Haye from their days as amateurs, that he wouldn't be feeling the same level of fear that he clearly showed in fights before that. And also there was just this sense, I've watched enough shocks from ringside and back home on television. There was just that one chance that if Haye rushed at him, that he might land either the right hand or the long left uppercut, which caused Danny Williams so many problems a few years ago. So there was just that sense that Audley might do something. And Mark, there was a sizzle in the air as both men came to the ring on Saturday night. So a lot of this, we all knew that Audley Harrison never had a chance. There's a little bit of hysteria that's kind of out of place. I know most people wrote him off, but there were some people, not just fans, some big names in boxing were giving him a chance, and there was this shift of opinion, which often happens in the build-up to a big fight, which just created that level of doubt in most minds.
So is that why Haye didn't rush at him in those first 2 rounds, because of that level of doubt and the chance that there might be a big punch from Harrison, or was it because he told all his friends and family to lump on him to win in the 3rd round?
No. I'm convinced that was just a throwaway line. What you have to do in these situations...
It was an irresponsible throwaway line, though, wasn't it?
Which is what David Haye does in the build-up to most fights. This is a man who brought along a T-shirt to a press conference showing him holding the severed heads of each of the Klitschko brothers. So, this is a man who deals in controversy. He understands the history of the sport. 100 years ago, the first black heavyweight champion was Jack Johnson, probably one of the most controversial figures in the history of the sport, so much so that there was a hunt all around the United States to get a white man to beat him. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, some of the most controversial figures in the entire history of the sport have also been the biggest earners. And Haye knows about that. He knows how to drive the pay-per-view figures. It's much, much more important for him than it is for the Klitschko brothers to make everybody know that the fight is happening. They get set fees from terrestrial television in Germany where they're based. He has to build the numbers on pay-per-view to convince people to shell out the 15 quid. And to go back to your original question, Mark, you were saying, was that part of his plan? Yes, it was. And take yourself into his own corner. What would you have told him to do? To rush at Audley Harrison and give Harrison the one single chance he had, and that was to land the big left hand?